I want to welcome everybody to Pitt Race. Here's a couple laps around the Wilson circuit. As we're moving down the false grid, we want to keep it to the right of the cones here at a safe speed. Apply a little bit of brake and we're going to blend right. As we come onto the right here, let's take a quick look to the right, make sure nobody's coming, and we're going to blend onto the track now. We are moving down the back straightaway, approaching turn 2. Coming into one of our first of 6 braking zones. Braking zone number 1 is now. We're going to brake, roll back on the gas through turn 3. Working out of turn 3. Going into turn 4 is a left-hander. Braking zone number 2 is coming up on us now. We're going to brake now. We're into turns 4, 5, and 6 will be the right-hander. Move to the outside of the track, back to the inside. Turn 7. We're going to go turn 8. It's going to be up the hill here, tight inside. We're going to be approaching turn 9, be a right-hander. We're into the back straightaway. We should be full throttle at this point. Coming into braking zone number 4. This is turn 10, downhill off camber to the right. A little bit tricky. Braking zone number 5 is going to be turn 11. It's going to be a left-hander. Hard brake, back on the gas. And braking zone number 6 is going to be coming up in turn 12 right now. It's going to be a double right-hander through 12 and 13. We're going to be going down the back straightaway into the chicane. On the gas now, it's going to be a chicane here, right, left, left, and then the final right on turn 16, and you're back down the front straightaway. And we are approaching the finish line, and that was lap number 1. So braking zone number 1 in turn 1, sharp right-hander. Full throttle down the backside into turn number 2. We want to work our way across the track to the inside line. Coming into braking zone number 2. This is turn 3. Downhill off camber to the right. Working our way back to the middle of the track into the 4 kink. Hard braking zone number 3. Left-hander. Left-hander through the S-turns. Back for the right in turn 6. This will be turn 7 to the left. Drift it back to the outside, shooting back to the apex up to 8. We are approaching now turn 9 into back straightaway. We're going to be coming up on our 4th braking zone into turn 10. Once again, downhill off camber to the right. You want to keep the cart to the inside as much as possible. Drift it back wide and work your way back across the track. Braking zone number 5 is turn 11. Another sharp left-hander. Come out of there, back full throttle. Work your way back over to the outside of the track for turn number 12 in our 6th braking zone. It's going to be a double right-hander through 13. And once again, we're on the back side of the track into the S-turns. Little right, little left. One more left in 15, then back around turn 16, and we're heading back down the front straightaway again. Once again on the race line here, we're going to work outside, inside, outside. So we're set up on the outside of turn 1. He's going to shoot to the inside of the apex and then allow the whole width of the track to let that thing unwind. Coming out of turn 1, we're going to move back across the track into the kink of number 2. Coming up into our braking zone. We're going to apply brakes now. This is turn 3. Hard braking, exit the track, work our way through kink number 4. Get ourselves over to the outside edge. We want to turn tight left here. Keep it inside, and 4, 5, 6. Back to the right-hander, another left-hand sweeper, and then we're approaching turn number 8, which is up the hill. We're going to bring it wide and up against the curb. Then we're going to drift back across the track into turn number 9, back to the outside, coming into turn 10, which was our 4th braking zone. Brake hard now to the inside of the red and white curbs. Let it drift back to the outside. Remember, minimal steering is the key to karting. Coming through turn 11. Coming into our last braking zone, number 6. It's going to be a hard brake through 12, 13, and back down the back straightaway. That is track exit to your left right now. Through the chicanes, through 15, once again through turn 16, back to the outside, and running the race line all the way down. Back into turn 1. Braking zone number 1. Work our way across the track to the kink in number 2. Braking zone number 2, which is turn 3. Downhill off camber to the right again. Drifting a little wide into the runoff there. Braking zone number 3 into turn 4. Through the S's, through the last left, and up the hill, turn number 8. Once again, you work the outside, inside, outside. Coming into turn 10, hard braking zone. Watch the gentleman's feet that's actually driving the cart. Every time I say brake zone, he will shift his feet from brake to gas. Braking zone number 5, which is turn 11. And then the final braking zone again is turn 12, and it's the double right-hander, 12 and 13. And one more time down the front straightaway, and the finish line is here. So there are 16 turns on the Pitt Race Wilson circuit. There's 16 turns, 6 braking zones, and multiple elevation changes. Through the S turns, the final left-hander 7, going through 8 up the hill. And remember folks, race line is never in the middle of the track. It's always a constant flowing thing. So it's going to go left to right, left to right. Always setting up on the outside of the turns, aiming for the red and white curves called the apex. And one final left through turn 11. Setting up for 12, hard brake, into the right-hander, double right, down the back straightaway. Thank you guys for viewing a couple laps around the Wilson circuit. Please come on out and join us and do some rental sessions or rental leagues or whatever you would like. We'd like to get you guys into the racing series. Thank you guys. Have a good day.